Surveillance video shows thieves taking any means necessary to get under the hood of semi-trucks parked across Central Florida.
They could go under, over, break something, and they would do whatever it takes.
Sheriff Chronister says these four men, all Cuban nationals, stole 93 of these, the awkwardly named but super important engine control modules.
When the computer, that brain, has been removed, that tractor is inoperable.
They preyed on trucks that were left in short-term lots in Hillsborough, Polk, Lee, and Duval counties, while owners took downtime. When the truckers got back, they'd find there was no way to move their truck. Thus, their income went out the window.
I shudder to think about the value of the money that they've lost, that their families suffered that income.
The sheriff says the four thieves would sell them for between $3,000 and $10,000 to a fence in Texas, who would wipe them clean and flip them to another trucker whose own control board burned out.
I'm sure it won't be too long before you guys see or learn that there are additional individuals that are going to be charged.
The sheriff says none of the four thieves have legal status and that 3 of the 4 already have immigration holds. They're going to face 139 charges in total, with some falling under organized crime statutes. Each faces the rest of their life in prison and deportation.
That's an interesting predicament. I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Should we send them to prison for the rest of their lives, or should we just deport them? Let me know. Because obviously, I get it, because I know some people are going to say, well, we got to pay for the folks in prison. Yeah, I understand that. But I don't think anybody wants to sit in a box for the rest of their life. That's a horrible, horrible living. If we send them back to their country, then they're free, unless their country agrees to put them in prison there. Y'all let me know in the comments. We might have to take a vote on this. Would it be better to send them to prison here so they pay for it, kind of pay? They'll be miserable for the rest of their lives. Or should we just simply deport them? And also, it sucks that those truckers lost out on income, so should we make them pay for that? Work for it? I don't know, man. I got so many questions about that entire situation. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Now, I came across this headline via the New York Post. And I want y'all to check this out. Almost 2 million illegal migrants with deportation orders or criminal records are roaming the U.S. 2 million with deportation orders already, or at least in the system. And if they're saying it's 2 million, it's probably a lot higher than that. That is wild. That is wild. Millions of people in this country that we've already made contact with, in some cases multiple times, but they're still here. All because of the Biden administration and Democrats. And they say ICE is bad and Trump is wrong for deporting these folks. Nah, he's right. And so is ICE. 1,000% correct. There's more.
Actually, can you hold the door? Yep.
The Friendsworth Air.
Hold on, I want to pause this so I can give y'all a little bit of context of what is going on here. So these folks were working in the Kansas City area at a Mexican restaurant. And they were here illegally and they were caught.
Why is everybody in handcuffs?
Because these are bad people that are harming our friends. The people in handcuffs are our friends.
The people in handcuffs are our friends?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't follow closely, sir.
Oh, I can film.
You can film, absolutely. You can't follow us, though.
I see somebody with a gun. I think someone's trying to shoot me or something. I'm
No one's
horrified.
going to shoot you, sweetheart.
Oh, it looks scary. You're hurting people here.
This guy, man. This guy behind his camera. You're hurting people. Who's being hurt?
Hey, you all, don't sign anything. Don't sign anything. Don't sign anything, okay? Don't sign anything. We'll get you guys help. Ayuda is on the way here, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I promise.
Don't sign anything. Don't sign anything, all right?
Don't sign. You can do it. Dad's friends.
Bro, lying to that kid like that is crazy. These are our friends. These are our friends. And these guys are hurting them. How are they being hurt? In what way are they being hurt? Explain that to me. Goodness gracious, man. That is just absolutely ridiculous.
If it comes to saving lives and protecting our cities and our counties, I will have a conversation with absolutely anybody, anywhere. I mean, look, you got 7 individuals here, people that are going to have ICE detainers if they don't already. Would the mayor just assume we're not going to hand these guys over to ICE? These disgusting, disgusting predators? We don't have the ability to hand these guys over. What would the mayor say to that? These are people that preyed upon kids, brought cocaine, brought condoms, wanted to do heinous things to kids. And we're just going to say, oh, we don't have the ability to help? No, that is wrong. That is wrong, and I reject it.
I think we need to change the laws in this country. Yeah, buddy. I think we need to change some laws in this country. I think it should be across the board. Anybody who touches little kids, and you know what I mean, I'm trying to keep it PG here, should get an automatic death penalty. If you touch kids, you get the death penalty. Simple. And listen, and I'll tell you what. First off, it's a disgusting act, right? There are way too many adults out here who are ready and willing to, give it up. Okay, just go down to your local bar. Okay, you can find somebody typically, right? There's always somebody in there that their main mission is to leave that bar with somebody. Okay, all you gotta do is go down to the bar and start talking to folks, have some conversations. It ain't that difficult to talk to people. Okay, so listen, I think anybody who does that should get the death penalty. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Mandatory death penalty. And I think a lot of this stuff, right, will completely fall off. I mean, it'll go down to such a low incidence happening that we probably won't even ever hear of these instances happening. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know how you feel in the comments, all right? Let me know how you feel. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why or why not? All right? Now, this gentleman here put his kids in a real bad situation.
No puedo, llevo niños.
Van los niños, no puedes hacer eso. Van los niños.
No puedo hacer eso, van los niños.
Los compradores, el mercado, en lugar de estar
Van. No me abras.
Déjalo, yo le hablo a la abogada.
No, espérame.
Él está en proceso con la visa U. Ustedes no pueden hacer eso.
Hablemos con sus hijos en el título, ¿ok?
Está bien.
Ok.
No llores.
No llores, todo va a estar bien. Todo va a estar bien. Yo le hablo a la abogada ahorita. Eso es contra la ley lo que están haciendo. Es contra la ley. Él está en proceso, no pueden llevárselo.
Solo mi teléfono me quiere llevar.
Ok. ¿Quieres tu teléfono? Porque no.
¿Por qué razón se lo están llevando?
Porque está en los Estados Unidos ilegalmente.
¿Qué?
Puede hablar con su abogado cuando vinimos a la oficina. ¿Quiere un número de su esposo? Tiene todo en su teléfono.
Yo tengo todo lo de la abogada, yo ahorita me comunico con ella.
Ok, vamos.
Todo va a estar bien, relájate. Nomás tratan a la gente como delincuente. ¿Por qué no limpian la sociedad y van con los meros delincuentes?
Ok, ¿tienes tu licencia? ¿Pasaporte? Ok, ¿dónde está tu licencia?
La licencia sí la tiene, pasaporte está en la casa.
Ok, yeah.
Están abusando de la autoridad.
If anybody can explain to me what it is that they're saying, I would greatly appreciate it. But here's the thing. Do I feel bad for the kids? Yeah, I do. I'll be honest. I got a heart, right? I got a heart. I hate to hear kids crying, I just don't like it. It pulls on the heartstrings. But at the same time, there has to be consequences for your actions. If you are here illegally, you will be deported. You knew the situation that you were putting your family in. You knew this. Trump has provided a pathway to where you can self-deport yourself and be paid to do so while getting a free plane ticket. Could have done that. We could have avoided this entire situation. So before anybody says, oh, Richie, you ain't got no heart, bro. How could you? How could I? He's had an opportunity to do things the right way. Could have self-deported and attempted to come back here the correct way. But no, he didn't want to do that for whatever reason. Who knows, right? I don't know. Like I said, if anybody knows exactly what it is that they were saying, let me know in the comments. But that's also leading to another point. You're here in America and you don't even speak English. I didn't hear a lick of English in any of that. I heard okay. That's it. That's the only that's the only thing I heard that I clearly understood. That's it. You're on American soil and you haven't even learned to speak English. You haven't assimilated yourself into this country. And I say that, one, because Democrats have said that in the past. There's videos of, I believe it was Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton, or maybe both. I can't remember. It was one of them two, maybe even both of them, that said that exact same thing. But then also, there were people in Mexico, Mexicans, protesting Americans being in Mexico and saying the exact same thing. Americans weren't trying to learn the language. They were just speaking English. So I don't think it's wrong to require people, hey, if you're going to come here, speak English, learn English. I don't think that's a bad thing or rude or anything like that. That's the language of this country. If you want to be an American, learn the language. Simple. Simple. Y'all let me know if you agree in the comments, all right? Let's get into this next clip.
Nos secuestró desde Estados Unidos.
Nos sacaron engañados.
El director de la cárcel nos dijo, bienvenidos al infierno, donde entras vivo y sales muerto. La cárcel nos dijo, bienvenidos al
The prison director told us, welcome to hell. That is hilarious.
Donde entras vivo y sales muerto.
Hubieron muchas personas que pedían ayuda, auxilio. Fui golpeado al punto de que me desmayé.
Hubieron muchísimos que intentamos quitarnos la vida allá adentro. Entraba todos los oficiales que estaban de guardia a pegarte. Incluso muchas veces fue el mismo director del penal a pegarte.
Yo decía, ¿qué tiempo vamos a soportar esto?
Estados Unidos nos mandó a El Salvador para que El Salvador hiciera el trabajo sucio que Estados Unidos no podía hacer.
Mi nombre es Wilmer José Vega Sandia.
Mi nombre es André Omar Blanco Bonilla.
Mi nombre es Juan José Ramos.
The nightmare at CECOT. Just when you thought it couldn't get any weirder, though, it actually does. Listen to what LA Mayor Karen Bass has to say. You're going to absolutely shake your head at this one. Check it out.
Let me tell you what I'm worried about now.
Yeah.
The ICE raids. People who have been detained, you're talking about taking an income away from a household. So I've talked to some of the people who lost their spouses, their spouses were detained or whatever, and they're not sure how they're going to make the rent.
Right.
So we could have a whole new influx of homeless people because of policies like ICE. And what has happened over the years is politicians, and see, I can say that because I am one, politicians who pass policies don't think of the unintended consequences.
Right.
And some of those policies put people on the street. Let me tell you what I'm worried about now.
Yeah.
The ICE raids.
Policies putting people on the streets. Interesting. Quite interesting. Okay, Karen. Okay. That is, you're more concerned with illegals going homeless than you are about American citizens becoming homeless. It's pretty crazy to me. But it shows you the Democrat Party's priorities. And I spoke about this in a video from the other day where I kind of talked about how the Democrat Party cares more about everybody else except the American citizens. Everybody else needs taken care of. Everybody else needs assistance and this and that, except for the American citizens. We're just expected to pay our taxes so that they can continue to give our tax dollars to everybody else. It's ridiculous, man.
Just stay down, or I have to get up and I have to show my babies. You fight for what's right. You fight for the people that you love.
Zakia Navas is forced to fight because her husband is currently in ICE custody.
My husband is in Lubbock right now because of the big hailstorms. He has a roofing business, and so he's there to do roofing jobs. And he was pulled over immediately by the sheriff for supposedly a traffic stop. Immediately once he was pulled over, an unmarked car showed up with ICE agents that got out, removing him and the other gentleman.
He was turned over to ICE for not having a license. Eventually, he was transferred to a detention center in Eden near San Angelo.
He says it's completely packed full of so many people, obviously, that they are just shoving in there. And it's a complete chaos.
What was your message, your main message to your husband when you talked to him that you wanted him to know?
I'm fighting for him. I'm going to get you out. I'm doing everything in my power.
If somebody's watching today and says, well, he was in the country for 22 years. Why did he wait so long to get a citizenship? What would you say?
I pushed for it years ago when she was born, almost 7 years ago. And he's like, but I don't want it to look like that's why I'm married to you. And, you know, maybe even a part of his pride, too, was what stood in the way. But never because he didn't want it to look like, you know, he's using this country for that.
So you were in this country for over 20 years and never decided to become a citizen because you didn't want to make it seem like you were using her for marriage? Nah. 20-something years, bro? Nah. Now, if it was just a couple years, okay, I get it. I mean, you're still going to get deported, but I would understand. You've been here 20-some years. Not buying it. Not buying it. Not at all. Not by a long shot. Not by a country mile. And I don't feel bad. You're deported, buddy. And she says she's going to save him. No, you not. No, you are not. He is getting deported back to wherever he's from. He's getting deported. And then from there, he can attempt to do things the correct way. And if he does it the correct way, we'll welcome him back with open arms. Welcome him back with... Matter of fact, I posted a YouTube short. If you don't watch my YouTube shorts, definitely check them out. Of a gentleman who was, I believe he was living in Mexico at the time. And his wife had let him know that his immigration to America, like his application, was approved. And it was such a beautiful moment. It was such a wonderful thing that I came across, and I wanted to share it with y'all. And like everybody in the comments, everybody was like, hey, welcome to America, brothers. So proud of you. You know, hey, welcome to the good life. You know, just amazing things, even though, you know, if you listen to mainstream media or Democrats, we're all horrible, terrible, nasty folks, and we don't want anybody except for the straight white male here in America. But if you read the comment section, full of Republicans, full of conservatives, we were all welcoming. And you can go read it. You can go read it to this day. I didn't take the video down. I didn't take the YouTube short down. Everybody was welcoming and so kind. But like I said, if you were to listen to mainstream media, we all hate anybody that's from other countries or a different skin color. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous, man. We will welcome, you know, her husband back with open arms if he does it the correct way. But you got to do it the right way. It's that simple. It ain't complicated. Do it the right way, and you could be here forever. You do it the wrong way, you're getting deported. But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Obviously, there's a whole lot of ICE detentions and ICE raids going on. So I'm going to continue to keep y'all updated on all of the ICE raids that are going on and all of the fake hoopla from the Democrat Party, of course. But y'all stay safe out there. Make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. Smack that like button for me. I know it's something small to y'all, but it means a lot to this channel. So I would greatly appreciate it. Stay safe. Peace and love. I'm out.